Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dylan back again with another DJI Mavic Pro tutorial video, and today I'm going to show you guys Pano modes, which obviously Pano is just short for the word panoramic. So we are dealing with photos today. So on the very far right of the screen you see the red record button. Up above it, push the little icon, we'll switch to photo mode. And then below the now white shutter button on the far right, you'll see the little settings icon. We're going to click it. And then we need to have our camera icon selected, which we already do up at the top of those 3 menu items. Then we're going to click on photo. Then we are going to, at the very bottom, you will see Pano. Now it comes up and it says Pano, capture horizontal or vertical panorama photos which will be stitched together automatically. Please ensure subjects still while capturing. So in other words, we're going to tell that not to show again, but in other words, it's saying that, you know, you need to find a day that's not very windy, where it's pretty still, where your drone can hover pretty precisely without much movement to make the stitching process and the alignment and all that stuff as flawless as possible. So let's go back into settings there, and now under Pano you will see 4 options: sphere, 180, vertical, and horizontal. So let's just start. We'll go through all 4 of these. Let's start with the first one and we'll select sphere, and now we're just going to push our shutter button to begin taking photos for our sphere or tiny planet. It's also known as tiny planet photo mode. So pushing the shutter button, and as you can see, what's going on is the drone is now taking photos all on its own. The gimbal and camera is moving on its own. The drone is moving on its own. Everything is happening on its own. It's all automated. My thumbs are off of the control sticks. And below the shutter button, you will see 9 of 34, 10 of 34, 11 of 34. So what that's doing is it's telling you that there's a series of 34 photos it has to take, and it shows you where it's at in that process. So we'll let it finish doing that, and I'll speed it up a little bit in the editing just to save you guys from being bored to tears. Okay, so now it is just about done taking 34 photos that will make up the tiny planet or sphere panorama mode, and there's the last one. And as you can see, it says tips, Pano successful. Now you can see this by, if you click down in the bottom right on the little play icon, it takes you to the gallery. And as you'll see there on today's date, which is January 6, 2018, up there at the very top, isolated on its own, you see a little sphere icon. We're going to click on that. As you'll see, it says it is stitching Pano images together. So this is all being done right here inside of the DJI Go 4 app, which is really impressive because there's a lot of software, a lot of coding that goes into doing something like that. It's not something that's just, you know, really easy. It's pretty complex stuff. So the fact that it's stitching this while I'm talking and describing what's going on is pretty impressive. And it is almost done, and we will be able to see our sphere panorama or tiny planet. So very cool stuff. Down in the bottom left, you can click the little down arrow, and it exported it to our album. So very cool stuff. Let's get back out of here. And now what we're going to do is click the little settings icon under the shutter. We're going to click photo, and then we're going to go to the next Pano mode, which is 180. So I've selected it. Now we're going to hit the shutter button, and as you can see, instead of 34 photos, there are only 21 on this Pano mode. So again, guys, we're just going through all 4 Pano modes and showing you the differences in the 4 Pano modes and how to do them. And now we are just about done. Photo 21, tips, Pano successful. Bottom right corner, hit the play button. And as you can see, we have the little icon down in the lower left on that photo. It is going to stitch the images together. And again, this was the 180 Pano, so you should see like a 180 degree from left to right aerial panorama. So that'll be pretty cool stuff. Just about stitching, and there it is. Very cool. Look how great of a job it did stitching all of that together. Very cool stuff that can be done that quickly internally inside the software. Okay guys, now that we have those first two out of the way, we're going to repeat the process again. Below the shutter button, hit the little settings icon, and now we're going to do a vertical panorama, which this should go by really quick. I believe it's only 3 pictures if I'm not mistaken. So we'll click the shutter button, and one in the center, one at the bottom, and one at the top. And tips, Pano successful. Same thing, bottom right play button, click on the photo, and we're going to export that to our albums. As you see there, it's just a good vertical panorama. So now let's move on and let's get to the last one. Settings icon under the shutter button, photo, and horizontal. So let's see how many photos the horizontal one takes. Pushing the shutter button, and it's going to take a series of 9 photos. 8 and 9. Now tips, Pano successful, bottom right, click on the photo, stitching Pano images, shouldn't take too long, there's only 9, and there is your nice horizontal in Toronto. Let's get horizontal in Toronto. What? Horizontal. Here's your horizontal Pano. So very cool stuff. We'll go ahead and save that by exporting it to our albums. Anyways, guys, that is all I have for you today on panorama modes. And those are the 4 modes right there that you can do panorama photos. As you can see, as we just used DJI Go 4's in-house or in-app stitching program. And obviously, guys, you can all these photos, they will be saved into separate folders on your SD microcard, so you can pop them out, and you could also actually stitch them together in a stitching program or application of your choice on your PC or Mac if you wish as well. Something like Huggin or Hugin or whatever it's called. And there's like Auto Panagiga. There's all kinds of stitching software out there. So anyways, guys, as always, this has been another DJI Mavic Pro tutorial video. If you would smash that thumbs up button if this video helped you out, I'd greatly appreciate it. And also, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so I have tons of DJI Mavic Pro goodies and tutorials on the way. Have a good one, guys. It's been Dylan.